Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Steelers star hints at bolting for rival Browns. Cameron Heyward would be open to joining the Cleveland Browns next season when his contract with the Pittsburgh Steelers is up. Heyward has played his entire 13-year career with the Steelers. He has 647 tackles and 80.5 sacks in his career and has earned a trio of first-team All-Pro selections and 6 Pro Bowls. But he recently turned 35 and understands that the end could be near. If Heyward breaks up with the Steelers, he could return to Ohio to play for the Browns. Heyward played at Ohio State and has some family ties there. I have talked to my wife, Allie, and we know the reality, and we have had those talks, and she said it could be fun to play somewhere else, Heyward said per Mark Kaboly of The Athletic. If that is what is needed to be done, then so be it. I still have family in Cleveland, my wife is from Cleveland. We will see. I am not trying to think about all that right now. It's an interesting Heyward and perhaps a bit of a negotiating tactic. He's shown little sign of slowing down, posting a 71.9 grade on Pro Football Focus. Heyward did miss some time last season, playing in just 11 games. Getty Images Browns QB Deshaun Watson thinks his team's rivalry with the Steelers is one of the best in all of sports. The statement from Heyward is especially interesting considering the AFC North rivalry between the Browns and Steelers. Browns QB Deshaun Watson has spent the last 2 seasons with the Browns and has seen enough to call it one of the top rivalries in all of sports. Cleveland-Pittsburgh, for sure, Watson said. It's even bigger than Cincinnati. It's not Baltimore. Baltimore is up there, but it ain't as real as Pittsburgh. The Browns and Steelers first met in 1950, a game the Browns took 30-17. The sides have met 145 times since then. As division foes, they'll face off twice next season, although they'll have to wait until later in the season. The Browns will host the Heyward Steelers in Week 12 and run it back for Week 14 in Pittsburgh. Watson's other top 4 rivalries included Duke vs. North Carolina, college basketball, Georgia vs. Florida, college football, and Barcelona vs. Real Madrid, soccer. The Browns have a lot of talent on their defense, but could use help on the inside from a veteran like Heyward. The team shored up the position by signing Dalvin Tomlinson to a hefty deal last offseason. However, the depth is limited. Cleveland is hoping that the addition of second-round pick Mike Hall Jr. can make an impact. He's made an impression so far. He's super athletic guy. You know, super explosive, super quick, Tomlinson said of Hall on June 11th. And he's going to bring a whole different dynamic up front for us. Yeah, I want Mike to go out there and ball out Week 1. The Browns open the season on September 8th against the Dallas Cowboys. Omar Khan, Steelers could still sign Najee Harris to a long-term deal. Steelers general manager Omar Khan didn't think running back Najee Harris was valuable enough to the team to pick up the 5th-year option on his rookie contract, but Khan says that doesn't preclude Harris from being in Pittsburgh in 2025 and beyond. Khan said on 93.7 The Fan that the Steelers could see Harris signing a contract extension and never hitting free agency. It was a business decision that we had to make by, I think, May 2nd, Khan said. But Najee's awesome to have around here. Love Najee as a player and a person. And just because we didn't pick it up, that doesn't exclude us from doing something with Najee for the long term. I'd love to say Najee was here and had a long career in Pittsburgh. He really represents us well on the field and off the field. But it was one of those things we had to make a decision on. We just felt right now it was the right decision for everyone. But I love Najee and I would love to have him here long term. Khan said he personally called Harris to let him know that the Steelers wouldn't pick up his option. Khan declined to go into detail about what was said in that conversation, but sounded optimistic about Harris having a future in Pittsburgh. He knows that just because we're going into this with 1 year left, that doesn't prevent us from doing business with him long-term, Khan said. NFL teams are increasingly deciding that running backs aren't worth big contracts, but Harris may still find that the Steelers are willing to offer him more than anyone else. Pittsburgh Steelers general manager Omar Khan recently opened up on an important decline they made this offseason on running back Najee Harris. The Steelers' running back did not participate in practice at mandatory minicamp and declined to talk to the media this week. As previously discussed on GH by Matt Lombardo, the Steelers are expected to move on from Harris as they get ready to give the RB1 job to Jaylen Warren. After all, the Steelers decided earlier this offseason not to exercise the star running back's fifth-year option, continuing the erosion of the running back market that seemed to reach its crescendo during the 2023 NFL offseason. Harris, 26, has rushed for 3,269 yards through his first 3 seasons, with 22 touchdowns since being chosen by the Steelers with the number 24 overall pick in the first round of the 2021 NFL Draft. But, with no long-term security in the Iron City, the stakes couldn't be higher for Harris in 2024. Harris has been the focus of trade rumors this offseason. The former first-round pick could give the Steelers the capital they need to build at a more pressing need, wide receiver. Pittsburgh Steelers TJ Watt opens up amid wild retirement rumors. Team success has been hard to come by over the past several seasons for the Pittsburgh Steelers, despite having one of the greatest players of this era in the form of linebacker TJ Watt. The former NFL defensive player, who will be turning 30 in October, isn't going to be around forever, so the pressure to win with the Steelers gets more intense every start of a campaign. Watt recently touched on the subject of the idea of having a long career in the NFL, something that his brother, the now-retired J.J. Watt, ended up having. "I don't know if I want to play forever, but who knows? It is too hard to say," Watt said. JJ always said he didn't want to play super long, then things happened and he ended up playing longer. "I won't know until that moment comes. I feel great right now, so I am kind of just living in the moment." Watt is still at the top of his game and he also has a contract until the end of the 2025 NFL season, thanks to a 4-year extension deal worth $112.011 million that he signed back in 2021. Financially, Watt is secured. But at the end of the day, it's all about winning in the NFL mostly defines a star's career in football, something that continues to elude Watt, who has recorded at least 15.0 sacks in 3 of the last 4 seasons. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of David Bakhtiari? Leave your opinion in the comments.